John Dramani Mahama has been honored with the International Statesperson Award by the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia, the highest recognition for exemplary global leadership. He becomes the first African leader to receive the prestigious accolade since its inception in 1973.
Restructuring of global governance to better represent the many African nations and push for a more equitable United Nations that serves us all. He's been in the United States this week and was up in New York to visit the United Nations and made a tremendous speech that I encourage you all to easily find online and watch for yourselves. On the 25th of March, he made a speech on a very important day. March 25th serves as the International Day of Remembrance of the victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. This powerful speech preceded a resolution that passed at the United Nations, calling on all of us to recognize this as the greatest tragedy in our history. And we'll talk a bit more about that in our fireside chat shortly. I could go on and on. You can imagine this man has an incredible legacy behind him and future before him. But I will not spend too much time up here before we bring the president up. At this time, it is my honor and privilege, President Mahama, to bestow upon you the International Statesperson Award. Please join me on stage.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're very welcome, sir.
Lauren, thank you.
I'll set this on the table for you. I can take it here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. This is the rule of the photographers. They want the two flags behind me when I speak. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lauren. And thank you, all the good friends we've made since we arrived here in Philadelphia. Friends of the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor for me to be here with you today, and I thank the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia for extending this kind invitation to me. When I learned that I would be the recipient of this International Statesperson Award, it made me wonder, what exactly does it mean to be a statesperson? What are the challenges? What are the expectations? I'd like to share with you some of the thoughts that I have been grappling with these past few weeks, because I suspect that for many of you, the answers to these questions might be different. Not just from my answers, but from the answers of most African leaders. On the 11th of February 1990, I was among the millions who watched as the doors to the Victor Versa prison on Robben Island were opened for the release of prisoner number 46664. There was an overwhelming feeling of exhilaration and an almost palpable feeling of hope. It was thick in the air, and to be honest, even as I felt it, I didn't fully understand exactly what it was. It wasn't until later, as South Africa was preparing for its first ever democratic general election, I'd been listening to two pundits on an international news program. One was white, the other was black. Both of them American. And we were discussing whether Mandela was truly qualified to serve as the president of South Africa. He is a cultural icon, the white pundit said, but he's not a politician. You're right. the other pundit agreed, adding, "He's much more than a politician. He's a statesman." And the utterance of that word, statesman, brought into sharp focus the complexity of what I had been feeling. That sense of hope sprang from the simple fact that Nelson Mandela was alive. Here was a man who had taken on the colonial powers in his homeland, a man who had been labeled a radical and a terrorist because he believed that his people should be free. And he lived to tell the tale. That was actually an aberration. Being an African statesperson has meant, and still continues to mean, fighting for and protecting the sovereignty of the land and the freedom of your people, ensuring that the peoples of that land are the primary beneficiaries of its resources, and seeing beyond the artificial borders created by colonialism to enter into alliances and coalitions with other African nations that outline service and protection of our common interests. Being an African statesperson has meant, and still continues to mean, being a steadfast champion of African progress. And history has shown that the majority of African statesmen or statespersons, those who have fought for our progress, have not survived to tell the tale. Either they've been assassinated, they died under questionable circumstances, or were forcibly removed from power. Patrice Lumumba, Sylvanus Olympio, Thomas Sankara, Haile Selassie, Samora Machel, Amilcar Cabral, Muammar Gaddafi, Anwar Sadat, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and also Ghana's founding father, Kwame Nkrumah, who died in exile. These individuals, along with a few other courageous African heads of state like Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, Seretse Khama, Gamal Abdel Nasser, Jomo Kenyatta, and of course the Madiba himself, who died natural deaths, have shown me and so many leaders who came after them that what African statesmen and women stand on is the humanity and equality of our ancestors. What we fight for is the freedom of our future generations. What fuels our vision and our actions is the boundless love that we have for our people and for our continent. It is with great reverence that I accept this International Statesperson Award for those statesmen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their nations and for my continent, Africa. Those who did not see the results of their resistance, those whom history has exalted, they've charted a way forward for us leaders of today to follow. They've given us hope, a sense of purpose, and realization of the endless possibilities that exist on the African horizon. I'm grateful to the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia for this recognition, and I'm grateful to the good people of Ghana for the faith in which they have placed in me. Aluta continua.
John Dramani Mahama, history still continues. History in the making. Papa no say no as a Oswa was no left, right, center. Obia Bonabaso in South Korea on your honorary doctorate from South Korea University. Na ka say no enye enko asa. John Dramani Mahama kai said Nigeria your friend no man a chieftaincy title. And also enwe aside the African Union early 2027 chairmanship position at the train no. As I am vice chairman no almost nominating say onye the speaker on the reparation Efama Africa. Onye Africa for na no ngasa mai. And also ango we ho Lincoln University na nko man award ba almost LGBTQ papa no support it. On support obesa a friend say a bill nti sadia ya hwe asan ai untimi ngase o ma gay for enye gay uma lesbobo fo nye lesbobo sa de yempe. But our Philadelphia hona no. And the award kakaka ese da John Dramani Mahama. Eno a Statesperson Award, which is from the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia, and the highest recognition for exemplary global leadership. Exemplary global leadership. Of course, South Korea also, a friend is saying, honorary doctorate of philosophy and public administration. Yajitu me say, Papa no, about so far, in just 1 year, I got 3 months, yeah. Other leaders have recognized the importance of a good leadership, and they believe that John Dramani Mahama is doing a great work. I remember perfectly well, I was Singapore. The Singapore president praising John Dramani Mahama said, I'm waiting to see Ghana economy for a while. And how Obaye, the Ghanaian economy have tremendously improved. No, Papa no, or something right. There's a reason why Africa for I say welcome map 10 a good time. Enu 3 hours. Obakono se no mu no aduane boma no bi anu na aduane. Ndokwaba. Yempe ye won asem sa. Yen say no ye ho. We know to check ourselves like that. But for all Africans to come together under one umbrella, one voice, and use John Dramani Mahama and the voice, the personality, and the persona. So Uncle Kasa entered the whole world on reparation for Africa or blacks. That was a manner what me I convince Obibia said, let's leave our difference and start something together. Kai say enye no nko you the Accra Research Secretariat. The person in charge, John Dramani Mahama, one of Christian Nadia. Edema all the African countries say together as one. It was not just about reparation. It was also about your health, your education, your security. Citing say, then withdraw US withdraw the vaccine. The WHO withdraw the vaccine. Now the entire Africa air crumble aden. The reason is very simple. Yen sheda enhwe ye ho saa. Yen sheda ni time the my ho. And while study BBA will say almost all the African leaders and African problems are politicians overspending, corruption, mismanagement, and zero plans to make sure that the citizenry fine and okay. And the society, the country Ghana, the leadership are so far on it war, making sure said no. There will be minimum spending, and every spending should come with a value. And then okay, the finance minister, Dr. Arthur Forsen, at the value for money office bill. Aba ya pass bill na enche John Dramani Mahama be asente amana be law. How also own trade DSTV, FIFA Mobia, one must be TV, and reducing ministers to 60 ministers. Several other things are or this saving the public purse. And you know as example, and then Accra Research, the same conversation on Mojave. Let's build our health together. Or say, you should need medical stores to crampu our Ghana, our Africa, and the non grano who need no go be. In the assembly pay, they say around to the foreign country. Almost all we are young, the almost no withdraw more vaccine. How is it good for us as Africans saying to me with all the natural resources, all the minerals, all the human resources, why? I know the South Korea for nothing as a reason no. Except Papa no na dream do. Philosophical man. At the same time, in terms of public administration, Papa no otiaduma. And our Philadelphia, so no. What affair for us to say in terms of say you John Dramani Mahama asema or when you the highest recognition for exemplary global leadership. We the conversation go have UN and for the first time in the history of the world, Africa and a leader. What movie emotional 123 countries. South Africa was just 54 countries. A big grant to me uncle 123. Some Caribbeans, some Asians, some Middle East for Omunano, Etwaba, Edemite, China, Russia, in Europe, friends, Iran in the Middle East, Iraq in the Middle East, Omunatwaba. Dear John Dramani Mahama, or kind of for that reason, a mama award in the history, African Ibia and Yibida. Bakwaji. Now, anya nkwa ana good news and mekane the foreign affairs minister was Osuane boss. Now we are sure say okuda to black ano oye Ghana ni de. Oye Ghana politician. Ghana politician bi eni wa me minim so far. Our very jet is hard way I'm making you. Was staff edia to say as a foreign affairs minister. Sir John Dramani Mahama am making historic mark at the Africa and Ghana. The same way now foreign affairs minister when kwa your achievement kakapa. Papa no airport. Omugoja no airport or say like munyai na bobo maneka. Omu say fuel. Oh by and come the surprise package egosiano. Ana hwe obi ko di gongonza. Papa na te o say ye munyai. Am say oye Ghana ni di akwa oni foreign affairs minister ni di kura. Shele abotu shele ayiko botu wo. Minya sure ko beje David undi minister ne man nya de. Di man nya de. Ghana minister di sika di enko na se ya na obeto aso di Your mama si penny every time we bisi so. I have become aware of an intended surprise welcome by staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs scheduled for my arrival in Ghana tomorrow. My check with the ministry management indicate that such surprise welcome ceremonies are a tradition. That's of the ministry to celebrate major accomplishments and proud moments for Ghana. I have expressed my appreciation to management for their thoughtful gesture and instructed that all such plans to offer me a surprise welcome at the airport be cancelled immediately. I would have strongly opposed the idea if I had been consulted. This is not a personal victory. And besides, there's more work ahead of us. God bless all our dynamic and talented staff at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and bless our dear country even more to keep winning on the global stage under the guidance of President John Mahama for God, country, and continent. And now the continents I count because the achievement go beyond Ghana and cover Africa. Now, says a tradition will be a di. Who they also need. And I scandal na udane. Me anka beji de hope I can overcome me anka beji. Omo ko honi na agi omo na agi package. Omo na agi surprise me surprise. Ministry so surprise de ke Masa bozi. Now when Bank of Ghana for na eboka omo ko a friend is a Christmas breaker. Omo ko to golden watch mo no. No mubaka Bank of Ghana the sikashi am wa corporate base 60 billion Ghana citizens have begum master inflation ni kuye but no mum go to gold watch am mo but okunya to black was like scanning ka dem yemfa nya adwuma hofro. This is a true statesmanship. Papa no once again mama mania jina adwuma ho. Look, in the opposition over one person Obama NDC ever successful at getting the heart of the people. I believe Okujeto Black was so I want to know it too. Intercepted documents expose sa di onu say ne vetting and a cause confusion no Emma another prene Jeria medemo equal to 2 microphones to say nkunya no cause don't be so mo grilling na ama or to say yes what than fish. omo ye ready man no also ye ready twen omo owie no face to face mungamu ndi wo pe some few ministers hey so omo scandal ba say this omo dey free Ghana okuto tabla kwa ka ho bi Sam Jode nche omo nya no ko dey ono kasa basa basa na ase dey minim dey ha no but okuto tabla kwa I will stand on any hill, I will stand on any mountain. Say one of the most performing ministers under John Dramani Mahama okuto tabla kwa ka ho bi. And Ebi Omega say, oh, we know and share and ye be obedi package. This was the man, the young man. In the two vetting committee, so one MPP was in power. Now I'm going vetting no. Or already say no, sika JB Koso. Both the NDC, the MPP, your treasurer sika mima, your ministers we go through. And I am normal practice a check. When he had realized, notice that one already free vetting committee. So I'm saying yes. This is a man who is now proving to show the integrity. I don't think he's perfect because me very certain. Or started 2012, 2016. Now you say fresh from school. Papa ne ba mama minister. And the late Jerry John Rawlings, former president. Okofre ono fresh of Fuzuko Achimo say babies with sharp teeth, greedy bastards. Because that time they nenye. Now we are young. Now money but that same man became member of parliament. Then all of a sudden, I can see the transition. I said, but dane say nipa obetimagasi you can rely on him. And then the boss John Dramani Mahama an historic award, a statesmanship award, a BC that's an African president, and you know. Now, also, Kayedi party kakrakapa surprise package, Asian airport, or so on pay. Munyai, Munchaso. You hear me say, Mun Majuma, a victory. Ghana Nibia, you couldn't win your MPP, your NDC, and your foreign affairs ministry, and your foreign affairs minister, a Ghana. Africa as a continent and Edin Kunim. Now say Edin Kunim dia Yeniko Yebese debut. Eti ena two trains news and I'm there on not meaning say one person also was show much love, adoration. Ediama, the former president, the first president of Ghana, that the Kwame Nkrumah okude tabla kwa. Now so what was to say dia president Yemene Aye, so better to say now scandal Bobia man in chair. And that's it. And yet 2028 I couldn't name the because so far all the courage on the platform was speaking to a lot of leaders and being a foreign affairs minister, we share a lot of leaders so obey president networking, having business conversation and deals anything. And Kai say most of our bilateral agreement are any other countries as sign on. Or no one any leader that affair. And if someone can stand the white, the black, and have a conversation, Tamai, Papa no wadru any wadru kura because I remember the other year US Senator no. Check I say wo be kan yasem. Come on to we yam Nkrumah Ghana. This is Kwame Nkrumah Ghana. And that was the day I love the man. And then that was proving was justified the reason why my love for him is not the waste. Now, do you also love Papa a friend of someone who to black one? Over rating is maybe they are not member 9/10. Oh, Obama someone who could to a black the foreign affairs minister. Obama is saying John Dramani Mahama once again according a statesman award. And we know you say the highest the highest recognition for exemplary global leadership. Leader will live by example. Shasuna Shiyame. And then John Dramani Mahama. Now what do you know? How happy are you for John the Joy Giver, John Ababio, John Kwame Nkrumah? Catch me in the comment section and say subscribe, like it, na share monia so enyabi. And you know, Max Billian, I will naked truth. Oldboga trends, macro. Bye bye.